no changes. Take you through the bill, and then we will look at the reports. So here we are. Right, so my computer is playing up, sorry. Let me apologize. Here we are.
Which one do you want me to flag, Chairperson?
We can flag it, that's even better. But it's easier for me to follow what I have here. But we are obviously looking at the main bill, the deposit insurance bill, then we look at the admin bill that flows from that. So basically, on the preamble, any comments? I take it we're accepting it, right? Then put it up on the screen in the meanwhile. Members have got it on their computers. Then there's a table of contents, basically. And then we go on to the definitions. And there, oh, I see what's happened. Sorry, mine is a Word version, so it's jumping around. Sorry, can I get the PDF version? Sorry about that. It's my fault. I should have done this before we started the meeting. Apologize, here we are. Let me get the PDF version, that's easier to work with. Yes. It's on the screen anyway, but it's just easier, colleagues, if you don't mind. I'm a bit old-fashioned, although I'm not using the hard copy of a bill, so in that sense, I'm slightly new-fashioned. Bills to do. Okay, here we are, colleagues. Sorry about that once again.
Hi, Chair, are you still there?
Yes, sorry, I had to sort out the sunlight problem. It's shining onto the screen, so I can't see what's here. Okay, so on the preamble, we've accepted it, and here's the PDF version, so I can move faster. Then because the page numbers change on the Word version, you go to Schedule 5. After you get Schedule 6, then you go to Definitions and Interpretations. Now, starting from Associated Clearinghouse, up to, we've been through all of this, there were no comments up till Trade Repository, and then the sub 2 and sub 3. Are there any questions there? We're into page 5. Okay, nothing. I take it if there are any objections or rejections of any specific clause, colleagues, you know the format, the procedure. Then part A, clause 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We go on to page 7, 9, 10. We go on to page 8, 11. Going to 12 as well on page 8. Are we on page 9, colleagues? Short title and assessment, right? And then we went through these horrible schedules. Now, Esther, on behalf of the team, confirmed on Saturday that she has, with a team, been through all the cross-referencing, and Frank, once again, a real star, came in, although it's not his major responsibility, it's our committee staff's responsibility, I think. He also looked at it separately and confirmed that the cross-referencing is fine, right? So, Schedule 1, are there any questions you want to ask on Schedule 1? Schedule 1 goes on and on and on to page 13, 14. Schedule 2 starts on page 15, right? So it goes on onto table B in the next page, on the next page rather. We go on to page 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, Schedule 3, Schedule 4, Schedule 5, Schedule 6, and then, of course, is the memorandum. So the motion of desirability, meaning we're moving now to vote on the bill as a whole, and then the desirability of the bill, then the motions for the bill as a whole. Right. Movers and seconders, please, for the first motion, the desirability to vote on the bill at the moment. Movers and seconders, please. Somebody's raised a hand there. Who's that?
Good afternoon, Chair.
Yeah. Are you moving, Mr. Njadu?
Yes, Chair, I'm moving.
And seconding,
I'm
please.
seconding, Chair.
Right, Mama Rakhane. And then on the bill as a whole.
Lady.
It's Lady seconding, Chair.
Thank you. I see Moletsane is also raising a hand. Right. So I see some hands raised. Let's start with Moletsane and Dennis Ryder.
Thank you,
And-
Chairperson.
Yeah.
You have reserved its position. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Right.
Democratic Alliance does not support the bill.
Thank you. Next, please.
The Freedom from Plus doesn't support the bill, Chair.
Okay. Thank you. Well, the committee secretary will note that. Then we go to the next bill, colleagues. Open documents.
Chair, you have hidden your face with the laptop.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
Don't complain to Kaledi, it looks great. It's a big improvement.
Suka. Dennis
That's
Ryder.
the idea.
No, Ryder,
Not do it by Chairperson.
Listen, Dennis, you must realize that if you have good looks, the women will certainly, and so will the men, and so will everybody, say, okay, fine. So, I don't flatter myself beyond that. All right, Dennis, we look forward to the day that you one day support a bill, which you have played a signal role in shaping. And in fact, you were the first person to raise very good issues on it, all of which the majority party agreed with. And moreover, your suggestion that we review the consequences in a year, as you'll see, was adopted, right, in the report. But fine, it is your right to participate in the bill and shape it and then say you don't agree. But there we are. Now it's the second bill, call it the administration bill, right? So this one is a smaller bill and we can go through it swiftly. So clauses 1 and 2, we're on to page 3, 4, and 5, and that's it, the short title and assessment. Then you've got the schedules, amendment schedule, section 4, that's page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7, page 8, page 9, page 10, page 11. And there it is, right? So again, on the desirability of the bill, is there a mover, please?
Honorable
I move-
Shangu moving.
Thank you.
I sec-
Second is Barbara
I
Khan. I
second.
gather that. Thank you. Then on the bill itself as a whole, mover, please.
Thank you, Chairperson. Njadu, I move.
Thank you.
Mama
Seconder, please.
Rakhane, second.
Thank you. Now we go to the report, right, on the actual main bill. And we look at it. It's several pages, as you know. And on page 1, that's a draft report, as it's called. It's B3B 2022 on the financial sector and deposit insurance bill, right? So page 1 gives you the background introduction. There's nothing there. There may be grammatical glitches, which the what's this? Mr. Bell section, ATC, picks up beyond the committee stuff. Now, is there anything that anybody's got to say about the report on page 1? Any changes you want to make? No. Page 2, any changes you want to make? Nope. Page 3, beginning with supervised entities, any changes you want to make? Page 4, beginning intermediary service, FAIS, any changes you want to make? Page 5, page 6. Right, now here we have to look at this, right? So on 3.1, the committee's observations. Basically, this is a summary of the process and the content as done through the NX-COF committee. So 3.1, are we fine with that? You've got this on Saturday, so I'll take it you have plenty of time to look at it. 3.2, 3.3, the three broad categories. 3.4. Yeah, 3.4, we generally, we're not, look at the last line, the committee wants to see. We're not convinced about this. These exemptions are necessarily going to reduce the cost, which is why we've agreed under recommendations that a year from now, Nkululeko, please remember, a year from now, everybody will be getting frenetic about the preparations for the elections. Just think about it, eh? I mean, these elections are probably the most contested ever. So I can imagine all parties wanting to exit parliament as soon as possible. But we shall do our work. So Nkululeko, please don't forget, and Esther and Poppy also support you in that regard. 3.5. 3.6. 3.7. 3.8. Now, here's our points. Recommendation. Now, let's look at this carefully. While we support the objectives of FSRA, under which the current levies fall, we support the overall aims of the bill, and we also support reasonable and proportionate proposals in that regard. We are concerned along the following, right? 431, we need to review and report to the committee on the criteria used for exempting the financial institute paying the levies. 432, we should review that. And then there's something not right here. Esther, where do we put in the points about, oh yes. And then remember we made these points. Go back to 3.6, right? These were our observations. Yeah, some of them remain observations, right? Look at 3.6, right? The committee found the tables presented in schedules 1 to 6 on the financial sector levy calculations for supervised entities extremely challenging, okay? I think that's absolutely extremely challenging. They are based on modeling exercise that the committee does not have the capacity and resources to evaluate. We have to be honest, this is addressing, in fact, Parliament's powers that be. That's linked to the point 3.7. This once again highlights extreme imbalances in resources, skills, and capacity between the executive and Parliament, which serves to undermine the ability of the Parliamentary Committee to exercise effective oversight of the executive. The committee once again implores, we are begging Parliament's decision makers to provide committees over time with the necessary resources and capacity to be more effective in implementing our constitutionally required role. We said over time because we understand the budgetary constraints. Now, some of the amendments we note in 3.8 made by the NT in the SCOF processing of the bill, such as reducing the levy from 15 to 7.5% for 2 years and the annual maximum for the automated clearinghouse from 5 to 2 million questions, are scientifically valid. Some of these percentages and figures are. The criteria to use to make these changes not clear to the committee. It's partly prompted by what you said, Dennis. Okay, that's it. Unless there are any comments, unless we see any hands up, that I don't see any right now. Good. Mover for the report. Oh,
Mama
I don't see
can
a
move.
Thank you. Seconder, please.
Seconding chair.
Thank you, Dikelede. Right.
Wiki.
Chairperson,
Yeah.
it is indeed an excellent report, well put together, and it, except for the last 3 words. The last 3 words of it blow the whole thing out the water, because
What's the last 3
it
words?
doesn't reflect what we've said going in the first part. We should never be
What?
supporting the bill. We're so uncomfortable with it. The DA rejects the report, the report on the basis of those last 3 words.
Fine, thank you. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, because what last 3 words are you talking about? What last 3 words?
The last 3 words that
Oh,
says we
you
support,
mean that?
we support the bill.
Okay, very witty. That is
Acceptable,
very witty.
sorry.
Yeah, okay, very witty. Okay, thank you. Who's next?
The two chair.
Malitsane, if you're not fast enough, I'll do it on your behalf. Oh, there you are, Malitsane. Please, can you repeat that you...
Thank you, Chairperson. The EFF reserves its position.
Thank you. Fani Dutoy.
Thank you, Chair. The Freedom from Plus doesn't support the bill, and obviously.
Thank you. Right. Okay, then we move on to the next report, which is
The
on
bill or the report.
Sorry, the next report, my friend. What's that, Mama Rakhani, my friend?
No, it's not me. It's Masangu. It's
Oh,
Kennedy.
right. Yeah, Mashlangu. By the way, ask our buddy there, Mashlangu, what she brought back for us from Canada. Where's our present? She's been back for several days. I haven't got anything in the mail, or I haven't been sent a WhatsApp to say I'll get it in the mail. So I think, Mamara Khan, you're the whip of the committee on the finance side. Can you sort out our colleague and comrade, Deklari? What sort of comrade is she? Right.
It will be sorted, Chair.
You sound like a typical politician. It'll be sorted. Your matter is receiving attention, we'll say a bureaucrat.
It's noted.
Right? It's noted. Okay, next report is on the administration bill, right? So the introduction and background is in paragraph 1, paragraph 2. Paragraph 2.1 just sets out what the issues are, the calculations of levies, the collection administrations, basically implementing the earlier bill, and the report that's earlier is linked to this. And so it is that in 3 we say we draw attention to the observations and recommendations of the report on the other bill for its relevance to our process of this bill, because they two are interrelated. Over then to a mover and a seconder.
I move, Chairperson.
Thank you. Seconder, please.
Mamarafani.
Yes, my friend. Seconder.
I second, Chair. Jharu.
Good.
Jharu second.
Good. I see
The
that.
usual
now.
chair, the DA doesn't support
Thank
the
you.
report.
Okay, and you don't like the last 3 words? Wow, wow. Okay, who's next? Fani.
Freedom from Plus doesn't support the bill, Chair.
Thank you. Not for not supporting the bill, but for being prompt. Moritsane, my friend.
EFF reserves its position.
Surprise, surprise, but thank you. That's your right. Okay, we're done. Nkululeko, is there anything else related to this?
Not at all, Chairperson. That's about it.
Thank you. Now then, we have a meeting tomorrow of SECOA, and we shall see you there tomorrow. Thank you all. Bye. Don't miss me too much. Bye.
Bye, Chairperson.
Bye. See you tomorrow at 9. Dennis and Ocamp, I gave you chief whip, ne? And the chairperson of the NSOP. He must give them to you and declare.
I'll see you on Thursday.